Today we're doing something I've never done before because we're not summoning on one banner, not even two, not even three, but four entirely different banners all in one video. Welcome to I Summon Everything, the movie. Where are the superhero summons, Nano? They're right here. They're right here. Where are these summons? Where are those summons? Where are all these summons, Nano? They're right here. They're right in this video. This is not a compilation of stuff that you've seen before. This is a first ever on the channel. You've never seen any of these summons. I've been sitting on some of these for a minute, wanting to experiment and try a different type of video. So if you're here for the Dokkan content, hit that like button for me. I would absolutely appreciate it. And I hope that we're able to get all 5 copies of each of these characters before we move on to the others fairly easily. As you guys know, or if you don't know, I do rainbow every single one of the heroes units. I have the entire heroes roster, including the old school, what is the random Yamcha fusion that we got? It was Yamcha, right? Or am I thinking of the Gotenks? No, it's the Gotenks. It's the adult Gotenks that we got in our gift box. And you had to just like been there. But I have the entire heroes roster. For those that I can have rainbowed, I have rainbowed. All the summonable ones, of course, are rainbowed. So in this video, we have to pull essentially 25 copies, 5 copies of Few, 5 copies of Eos, 5 copies of Warrior in Black, which you guys gave me crap about in my reaction, 5 copies of Goku, and 5 copies of Demigra. Once we do that, we then go on to pull. Dude, look at this guy. Hang on, hold up. A lot of you guys are on me because I didn't realize this was Bardock. What about this tells you it's Bardock? Like it just first glance at the face. There's no scar. There's no, like, bro, get off of me. Also, by the way, because some of you, I guess, were trying to take away my Dokkan card since I hadn't made the videos. Yeah, dude, I play this game all the time. Dang, some of y'all be crazy with these comments. I'm like, dog, I still play this game all the time. What are we on about, man? I just made a video covering the awesomeness, all in one video, covered Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, LR Vegito, and LR Gogeta, all in one singular video. And you guys are trying to take my Dokkan card away from me. I'm like, what are we doing? By the way, I gotta mark my Warrior in Black. Now, obviously, this is a lot of summons. I'm summoning on this banner, which I'm praying that I can get all of these, and I don't know why we're not pulling any SSRs outside of the guaranteed SSR slot, so that's kind of lame. Okay, that's 2 Fews. We only need 3 more Fews. Ooh. But as you go throughout this video, there still were a lot of stones used here to make this possible. So I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, G Fuel, where you can go over right now to gfuel.com and use code NANO to save on so many damn cool things. Okay, like genuinely, actually a really cool one they just dropped is this new Kamehameha starter like kit. Essentially comes with some packets of the Kamehameha flavor that are like super easy on the go kind of thing, and it comes with the Kamehameha shaker cup for 15 bucks, and you can add code NANO onto that to save even more money. I thought that was really cool. That's something new. But they've got One Piece flavors over there, including the treasure box is still in stock, which that thing looks awesome. Have to mention the brand new Naruto. Ooh! All right, there we go. 1 Goku down, 4 more to go, dude. All right, dude, I love it. Dude, this Goku, that Goku art, why did they snap so hard on the Heroes Goku art, man? That's some of the coolest Goku art in the game. Like, genuinely it is. But there's a brand new Naruto Akatsuki flavor, including a full-on collector's box that comes with a new shaker cup. That is live, literally right now. It's up for pre-order. I do think that the stainless steel version, which this is like what I've got right here, is this JJK one in stainless steel. It actually is sold out. So if you've been on the fence about it, there is still a version that comes with a plastic shaker. That is also, I think it's a little cheaper because it's the plastic shaker. Like you actually save some money by getting the plastic version. That is live right now. Not to mention the actual JJK collector's box is back up. Unfortunately, the other 2 flavors are sold out, but the collector's box, Eos, that wasn't even on purpose, but there we go. All right, this is great. This is great. We are 1 away from just having at least a copy of all 5. Perfect. And also getting SSR, because the only SSRs in this entire pool are the Heroes SSRs. There we go. We completed the quintuplet, right? Isn't that, am I stupid? That's 5, right? We got all 5 is all I'm trying to say. I've not been locking these up. I've been clicking on them and looking at their art, and I've not been locking up their original copies. Shame on me. All right, that's looking good. What I was trying to say is you can actually buy the flavor also by itself. It's Sukuna's finger flavor, which I won't lie. Fruity black tea. I don't know, dude. They be doing tea flavors over there. Some justice. Kaiju number 8's box is back in stock, but almost sold out. So that collector's box is almost gone. And last but not least, in the one that I'm going to be drinking today. Now, granted, it doesn't look like this because they did like a sort of like reskin because I have the older one, but Nemesis tea they actually brought back. And you guys always be asking for the non-anime flavors that I like. I love this one. All right, this one is so good. So Nemesis tea flavor is what I'll be having right here, right now, as soon as I finish pulling in this multi, which we just now have 2 warriors in black, which by the way, I mean, we have to start pulling multiple that aren't just on GSSR if we want to get all of them in the stones that I have, which, because I really don't want to have to buy more stones, man. This is going really good. This is actually going unironically very, 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 very good. All right, so man, so out of the 25 that we need, we technically have, what is that? That puts us down to 5. So that'd be 20. We need 20, and then we have 3 others. So we only need 17 more units to complete the full 25. Okay, all right. Whew. Yeah, that's okay. Sick. There we go. 3. I wonder who is going to be the one that I end up pulling way too many of. Is it going to be Warrior in Black? Is that going to be the one I end up with like 10 of, and I can't get a final copy of, like, I don't know, dude. Wait, that wasn't, bro. Whoa. Hang on, dude. What? Okay, whoa. This multi was huge, bro. That just took us from 17 down to only needing 14 more. Yeah, see, we get some more multis like that, and in the variety of characters as well. It's gonna be so clutch. I mean, we're gonna be on to the other banners like ASAP. This flavor is I'm so serious. This flavor is so good. Again, thank you to G Fuel for being a sponsor on the channel, making summons like this possible, a summoning movie like this possible. Thank you guys for using code Nano at gfuel.com. Again, link down below in the description. Okay, so let me know, how are you guys feeling about the hero stuff? I think if I were to give this like a rating of like looking over the years, because I think there's been years where they've nailed the hero selection, and I think there's been years where they haven't. I don't actually think this is a nailing of the selection, you know, as the refined Dokkan collector that I am. No matter who it was, I was gonna make sure that I rainbowed them, you know, just because like it is what it is. And even if they come back and they're on different banners, which Garesh had a very interesting idea that I want to discuss here in just a second about what they'd be doing for Dokkan in the later half of this month, which I would love to see them do. But it'll never be as easy to get them as on their initial banner, right? Like even the way Heroes banners used to be before they started in the EZA banners and everything like that, like trying to pull for very specific units from a specific year just gets harder and harder as it goes on, because let's go. Oh my gosh, man. This is you know what? I'm gonna chill because we only have 1 AOS. So like, let me come down. As a small update, we're at 2 Demigra, 3 Goku, 3 Warrior in Black, 1 Aos, and 4 Few. So Few is the only one we need 1 more of. Aos we still need 4 of. So I guess I should probably calm down, because there could definitely be a problem child in here that you know. Anyway, okay, so back to rating this. Yeah, Few's done. All right, so Few's going to be the one that we're going to pull too many of, because like it's pretty much, I think it's inevitable that we don't pull more of him at this point. As a matter of fact, if he's the GSSR here, I would not be surprised. I don't think that's actually the GSSR, is it? It's not. We just went from 2 of him to 4 of him. Oh, that was the GSSR. Okay, wait. So wait. Did we get Few and 2 Demigras and what? All right. So Demigra, we need 1 more. Few is done. Aos is only 4, and Warrior in Black and Goku, we need 2. All right. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 9 characters left that we need to pull. 9 left, and it's getting real. Again, we don't need Fuse at all. That's huge. Oh my gosh. All right, 1 more Warrior in Black and he's done. 1 more Warrior in Black. All right, we're looking for Aos or Goku. Aos or Goku, please. Okay, Warrior in Black is done. Oh wait, that wasn't a GSSR. No. I'll still count them though, just so we know. No. But anyways, to give it a rating, I would probably give this like a 5. I don't know. I think for me, you know, again, I'm not the biggest like heroes guy. Talked about this on my podcast with Dotto, talked about this many times in these videos. Like, I don't keep up with heroes. I don't know, you know, but I see like the hype stuff. You know, if you were to ask me, I would probably keep Eos, Demigra, and Few, because I think those are like the true to self heroes characters, right? But then I would get rid of the Goku. I like the Goku, but I think I'd get rid of him, and I would, ooh man, yeah, here we go. Yeah, once you start completing like multiple of them, that's when it starts getting like, please, Goku, Eos, Demigra, please. But anyway, I'd probably get rid of the Goku. I'd probably get rid of the Warrior in Black, and because this is the final Heroes collab, right? Like, Heroes is done. They don't really, I guess, in the same vein that you could contradict what I'm saying here. They're not trying to promote, like, this isn't a cross promotion for Heroes, really. Like, that is its original purpose, but since this is the final one and Super Divers is in full swing, like, what is there really to promote here? So if you're gonna go out and like this is your swan song or whatever, damn. Why not go out with the Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, Vegeta? You know, so I'd get rid of Goku. I'd keep the 3 like villains. I don't really know if Eos is a villain. You guys can let me. I don't actually know. But I'd get rid of Warrior in Black and Goku, and I would replace those with like fusions. You know, like I would replace those with Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken, Vegeta Blue. I'd replace those with Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Gogeta, and then I would give us like a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as well, or something, you know, and I've done 6 characters, and like that would be like a 10 out of 10. And I know, like, yeah, fusion slop, blah blah blah, but like that's what they did over there. I don't know, you know, like that's kind of what, at least to me, as a more of a passer or buyer for hero stuff, to me it was always more about that stuff. And I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? Why is there like multiple Gokus, multiple Vegetas, and they're doing this and they're doing this, and like, I don't know, it's crazy. So anyway, I think the selection could have been better, but also the Dokkan collector in me couldn't possibly let this go by. And I like the Goku just fine. I just think like it was an interesting choice to be the one that you go out on. We are okay, thank the Lord. All right, so we need one more Goku. I didn't call it out when we got him, but Demigra is done. We need one more Goku and 4 more Eoses, and we are actually done. Please, Eos, please start showing up. Why am I done with 3 characters, need 1 copy of one, and I still need 4 copies of one of them? Brother, please, man. No, it's this video is already in the movie, man. We don't need more. No, please wait. Actually thought, okay, so the others are here. That threw me for a friggin' loop. Okay, I won't lie, I thought it was just the 5 SSR, because I clicked on my banner and I didn't scroll down on, what was it, the wiki, I think, or info, Dokkan info, one of the two, and you just saw the 5 characters, like, oh, okay. And we just did a lot of stones. That was not a few, wasn't it? That was back-to-back fews, technically. That was old few and then mini few, and I don't, you know, a little confusing. But also, if you were just looking at Dragon Ball Daima from the outside looking in, and you weren't actually watching, you weren't really paying attention to Dragon Ball, you're like, wait, so Daima is a confusing property to the general public for sure. Like, wait, so why? So Goku doesn't have access to UI or God or anything like that, and he's a kid again. Why? Oh, Few. Oh, dude, no, man. You know why his name's Few? Because it's FU, bro. No, I'm almost at 10 of him and 1 Eos. What is, come on, man. No way. Please. All right, here we go. This is about to be generational level, like, comeback right here. We're gonna get multiple of her. No way am I all of a sudden getting the non-featured stuff. Get out of here, Gohan. All right, final Goku. No way. What is that? What is that? 6 Gokus. Yes! Oh, dude. Please, come on. One more of her. That'd put us at 3. What? Dang, dude, I forgot how sick his SSR art is. I've seen that guy's performance. It's pretty impressive. No way was that a triple Goku. What is that? And why do I have 7 of him now? That is nuts, dude. That's a wait. A 6 SSR multi on heroes. All right, Eos is at 2. We need, all right, so Demigra, Goku, Warrior in Black, and Few are all done. We are just literally looking for 3 copies of Eos, and we are done. I literally need that exact multi we just had, but instead of the strength Gokus, we need Eos. and then we are done. We're out. It's GG's. It's a wrap. It's good. Please. Please. Eos. Eos. No. That is just now 6 of him though. So it's not like, unless I miscounted one, which is totally possible that I can come over and write it down. You know, once I got my 5, I mean, my brain is a little like more calm, you know? It's like, all right, I got 5. All right, how many stones do I have left? I can do, please, man. Three multis left, 3 Eoses, please. Please, Dokkan. Have mercy. Have mercy. Dude, the pity, everything has just been so great lately that what's kind of crazy is that even though this isn't the movie, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of stones in this video. There are times, this is 4 banners worth of in one video. And there are times, Kel, and other things as well, but I just always remember back to Kel. It's one of the most recent ones that really scarred me. But there are times where I would have spent this many stones on one banner, and this is 4. No, Goku, don't do me like that. We're up to 8 Gokus now because that freaking triple multi, man. Oh, dude, these would have to be so clutch. Please, Eos. Please, Eos. Answer my call. Let's do this. Come on. I need 3 Eoses, and then we're done. And we move on to the next banner. Eos, answer my call, please. There's only barely 15 characters left. The godlike luck that I would need to get 3 more of her right now before I'm pretty much just done. Oh no. Yes, dude. Oh wait, whoa, dude. This, hang on. Come on. All right, here we go. Final multi. Final multi. Probably not, but final multi, please. Imagine we get 2 of her here. That would be so crazy. Imagine we get 2 right here. All right, so Garesh's other potential big brain thing that he's no fucking way. No fucking way. What? Anyway, Garesh's big brain thing is what if, because it kind of sounds like we're getting another crossover banner, which would line up because we got the Fighters Android 21 crossover banner at the end of November last year. And so if we're getting another crossover banner, his idea is shall it coming to Dokkan. That is actually so stupid, you guys. I didn't have to buy more stones. She's not even the GSSR. What did we just witness? This feels scripted as hell. Let me put the phone. What the f just happened? What? Hang on. Dude. Bro, I don't know why I did that. You guys already saw that. It just feels, it felt script. That's crazy. We got every character. Let's go. Sick. I was actually so sick. I don't have to spend more money on the game. This is always a great thing because you're about to watch me spend tons of more money on these 3 other banners. Okay, so I hope you guys have been enjoying the video so far. I'm popping in from the past. I actually don't even know who the Nano you were just seeing was even summoning for, and I only had a few you guys actually ask where these were, which all that tells me is that, man, people just really weren't vibing with this character. And so listen, I can't not summon for a character, but Sparking Zero coming out had the Naruto series beginning, lots of things going on just in my life right now too, so I just wasn't able to get this video out. Actually, what I was gonna do was a stream, and then I wasn't able to stream when he launched, which love that it's at a much better time now, but really just wasn't able to get around to really any of it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna find a few minutes, we're gonna film the summons, and then we're gonna put them on a future Dokkan summoning video for you guys. So that's where we're at. That is my being a gentleman. Holy, let's go. So as you could obviously see, I've not done them yet. So you do 2 standard multis and you get a featured one for a few rotations here, and then of course we can buy him with 200 coins. Love this. Love that they did this. Really hope that we can get a Kui as well. I don't want to be sitting here with missing a side banner unit like I was from the, I still don't remember his name, Cataclysca. I don't know. It's the side banner unit for Topo from the TOP. That's not him. I do need that though. I don't have him rainbowed. So that actually is a pretty Speaking of Topo, that's a pretty good pickup. Like, unironically, that's a pretty good pickup, and probably one of my more favorite characters of the year. I actually like that it's a green coin. I think I saw some people clowning on the color of the coin, which, like, whatever, dude, it's the color of a coin that you're gonna use and then it's gonna go away. But I actually think it's pretty. I think it's a like super cool color for one of these coins. So you're like, did this dude just call it pretty? Sure, man. Yeah, I did. Okay, whatever. Leave me alone. All right, let's see what we get us with Vegeta here. Of course, I had to put on, listen, I care about these things. I know this video is like 3 weeks late, or this section of the video is like 3 weeks late. I do care about these things. We pulled out the Vegeta 100 Thieves shirt here to have in this video. That's my featured pull. I do not need him. Holy. Actually, I mean, you guys know me. Truth rubbed off on me a little bit, okay? I probably shouldn't say it like that on how he's been acting in some of those videos, bro. I swear on everything, man. This dude just be doing things in the videos. But he has, dude. I kind of like having like these bonus characters. I did recently clean up my box a decent amount though and got rid of I was really sitting on a ton of just bonus characters in my box for super attack fodder, because like, you know, we until, well, I guess with Diamond we're getting new characters, but until super comes back, we get a new movie, for the most part we have all the characters in the game, so they're gonna be repeats. So outside of Daima, for the foreseeable future, we're going to be getting repeats of characters. They'll just be in more like unique ways and unique spins on how that character might function with standby transformations, maybe new mechanics we don't know about yet, etc, etc. So I've just been hanging on to a lot of characters because then they're just super attack, you know, fodder. You want to take the time and use the resources, you can be 100%. If you get them, you are 50% if you don't feel like it, especially if you summon a lot like I do and you're sitting on like 30 of a character. But recently I took the time to rainbow my entire box. Like I hadn't, like, if you guys watch all the randomizers, I kind of like talked about this. No way. No, okay, wait. Well, no, because this isn't the featured one. So that really is why we got that. I mean, I guess it's thematic because it's cool, Lisa. All right, anyway, whatever. All right, here we go. This is the guaranteed featured unit. Actually, I guess I won't keep these copies. Never mind, what am I saying? I'm definitely gonna sell these copies because more of these copies, all these copies of these characters are coins to be able to purchase it. Yeah, never mind. Probably and most definitely selling them. But anyway, if you guys watched if you've watched all the randomizers, you probably heard me mention things like you've seen me not have characters rainbowed, because here's the thing, I'm an old head with Dokkan. Back in the day, like, I can probably find can't now because I rainbowed them all, but I found characters when I was going through rainbowing them all that were just like, is that him? Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Oh my gosh, it's a 10 featured banner. So I was really afraid that we weren't going to get him and we're just gonna have to bob at him. But now that means he is 69% guaranteed by the time we're done with these. No, wait, go back. Where you at? Lock up, dude. Come on, man. Let's lock in. All right, but anyway, so I found characters because back in the day, resources to rainbow were very scarce. Like, we couldn't rainbow like, they were so scarce with how they launched. You know how this game does things. It launches it makes them scarce, and as the game goes on, it gets more lenient with things. And one of those was when the hidden potential system dropped. So I was finding characters that were like 20% and stuff like that I hadn't touched in years. And because that was how difficult it was to get those. Like, you couldn't rainbow a character probably unless you were like farming and being like optimal with it. Probably it launched, I think, in November. You probably couldn't have your first rainbow character until like January or something. Like, it was pretty intense, like month of farming daily to get the stuff and do all that. Ooh, 21. She's not rainbowed either. I don't think. Let's see. I don't think she is. Hang on. She's not, because I went through and I put in all the dupes and I rainbowed all the characters. So now we know 100%, like, there's no questioning whether a character's rainbowed or not. I went through the entire box and made sure that if that character has a dupe or is a UR and can be rainbowed, they have now been rainbowed. But because of that mentality, because of being around that long, that's why so many of my characters weren't rainbowed. But now, like, we're in an era where even after doing my entire box, I promise to disappoint to all this, even after doing my entire box, I still have like 100,000 smalls, like 30-40,000. What, dude? Oh my gosh, man, that's not even the dude. 79% Vegeta. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Oh, a boo, dude. I don't know that I had. Well, we're again about to find out. I don't know if he was or not. Dude, please let me get Kui. He wasn't. Please let me get Kui, man. Please. I really want to keep the box complete. Please, Dokkan. Oh, this means it is a Dokkan fest. But By the way, we could have gotten 2 guaranteed featured animations. No Rose, no Whis, no Zeno, but we've got him twice. I don't really care. Anyway, so I just have all these available resources. I was like, finally, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and rainbow these. By the way, doesn't affect your power level enough at all. Like, I cannot believe how little rainbowing characters affects your power, since that is like the one incentive to want to summon. So you'd think, and I don't necessarily want to make it pay to win necessarily, but I do still think that rainbowing characters should account for more on your power level than it does. So to me, that's just, you know, like, again, listen, we all know what this game is, okay? We all know what this game is. Like, it is what it is. But anyways, back to the point. So doing that and having that realization of like, I am sitting on just a ton of resources, I might as well rainbow these characters. Well, same thing here. Now that I've rainbowed all these characters, that means every character in my box that can be rainbowed, that is a TUR or, you know, UR or an LR, that means they're all SA20, SA15, SA10. So keeping all these bonus copies of characters is purely for SA. Now, keeping bonus copies for characters just to have like the TUR or the UR of an LR or the UR of a Dokkan Fest and the TUR, like, that's fine, that's whatever. But keeping them just purely for super tech fodder really makes no sense. And I don't need like 20 copies of like STR Jiren or something. Like, that was the one that I sold literally like 40 copies of STR Jiren. I've just been sitting on. By the way, is kind of a rare character these days. He's really never on banners anymore. But I didn't need, you know what I mean? Like, even the collector in me, like, I don't need that many copies of that character. And I don't need, you know, and I'm sitting on 200 right now, Elder Kais, which I could have more, but I've used quite a few to, you know, boost out some random little things here and there. But still sitting on 200 of those, I was just like, what is the point of sitting all these when more than likely, as they continue to funnel resources and I continue to play the game, and now with the update to the friend, you know, the friend summary, you get Kais and just like all these things, it really makes no sense to keep hoarding and keeping these characters when I can have a cleaner box, since box maintenance is such a big thing when you're someone like me who summons all the time, and not including someone like Truth who summons even more than me. You know, I was like, there's just no point in hanging on to all of these characters. So I finally parted ways with quite a few. I still need to part ways with probably even more, but this like ideology that I need to hoard the orbs when now every character in my box that can be rainbowed. I mean, obviously not every character in the game is rainbowed, because like there's world tournament characters that I don't have, or I don't have because I just don't play world tournament like that. It's like the one mode, just because it always comes out on really bad time. Like, it's always really bad timing for me. Almost always. There's always something going on that I just can't sit there and no live world tournament on this game over the weekend. Nor do I really want to. That mode is so monotonous and boring, and I don't know, I just don't really enjoy that mode. So the only things that this account are missing now are world tournament characters being rainbowed, newer units, because I haven't been like going specifically for rainbows, as you just saw there, like Majin Buu. I could use that dupe for Majin Buu. I could use that dupe for 21. I could use the dupe for Vegeta. So I think most, if not all, 2023 and older characters are rainbowed, but most 2024 characters outside of the 9th anniversary units, who again, it's anniversary. Like, when 10th anniversary gets here, I will rainbow those characters. Like, it's a guarantee that when you come back to this channel for the 10th anniversary, which I hope that I see you guys here for that, those characters will be rainbowed, just because it is the anniversary. And I think this game has a lot of life left to live, but I definitely will say that I think 10th anniversary is sort of like the penultimate thing that it's like building to. And so I know, at least for me, like, I'm going to do my best to really spotlight Dokkan that month and really focus in on Dokkan. And I'm not, it's not really going to be like my last hurrah with the game, but definitely going to be like, okay, like this, like, I think all these years of covering this game and being on YouTube have really led to like this moment type of thing. And so I will do my best to really hone in and make some of the best Dokkan content that I feel like I can, and part of that will be rainbowing the characters. Those will be the next characters I truly focus on rainbowing. If Vegeta would have happened here, as we're trying to approach and get all the featured summons out and get the coins to get the dupe and all of that, then sure, whatever. But in terms of like actually just sitting here and me just summoning until I could rainbow a character, I'm not doing that again until 10th anniversary. Anyway, all that to say, I think that this is the final featured one, and it felt good to finally do that and to finally just be like, look, I have more than enough resources to max all these characters out, and then when it does come time to do a randomizer with Diddy and Truth, or maybe a new person on the channel, who knows, I have the character 100% ready. There's no if you'll hear, sometimes back in the day I really kind of stopped doing it. That's kind of a nice little bonus, although she should definitely be rainbowed now, but I really hope it's Kui, by the way. I hope that Kui is the featured unit. But you would probably hear like Diddy talk about me taking time to like do something with the character, which usually, man, come on, no Kui. I guess we'll pick him up on another banner. Actually, I could technically do one more. Oh, there's another round. How many rounds of featured are there? What? I really want the Queen. I really do. But you might would have heard him mention like me postponing like us recording for a second so I can get the units ready, especially if you watch the legend stuff. There's just like random legends Zenkais that if I don't really like, you guys know, like if you play legends, they release some characters that no one really cares about if they Zenkai. They're like good for a bench if you care about really specific like teams, but otherwise that should be rainbow on him. That's actually kind of nice. That's pretty sick. You know, like there are just Zenkais that people don't care about. Like that's just kind of like the nature of the game. And so some of those, I was definitely setting that up to then continue on once I had my stones to finish this up. And I 100% forgot what I said. This is not the featured one, right? Actually, I mean, it is. Please be Kui. Be Kui. I already farmed the medals. Like, I'm not kidding. I farmed the medals. I was ready to go live with the stream the next day when I couldn't manage to get the one like when it launched that night. I was like, okay, the idea then is I'm going to go live, summon him, use him all on a stream. And then I never got the chance. No way. Is it 3 or more? We got them for 3 or more. Please, man. Nope, that is a featured unit. Please tell me that was not the featured one. Okay, no, here it is. Kui! Or... Gather around, ladies and gentlemen! Yes! Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. I guess Kui can just like, you know what? Bounce out, bro. Who cares about Kui? That... This is such a sick banner, by the way. Just all the Vegetas, just all the Vegetas on one banner. It's kind of nice. Super Vegeta is still a fun unit to use. He is. You know, is he? Wait, that's not the 10th slot. Wait a second. That's not the 10th slot. Hang on. Wait. Is that Rainbow with Pity? Is that Rainbow with Pity? No, dog. No. Wait, dude. What? Hang on. So where are we at right now? Hang on. Where are we at? How many of these do we have? I wasn't keeping track. We have 180. What? What? I mean, dude, I can't with a like rightful mind go any further right now. However, let me just see, can we do it? All this yapping, but all these characters having all these done so that, oh, this is another reason too, not even just randomizers, but also just so that I could do I care about, I'll keep those. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I said, but since we don't technically need them and these are going to just convert to, I'm going to end up converting these. Oh my gosh, man. What? But another reason why I rainbowed them, I guess, sorry, I meant to mention that too, is just that it makes it a lot easier. Wait, is my box full? All this yapping about cleaning up boxes. My box is full, dude. Okay, now here we go. Let's buy him. The 5th copy. Bro. Wait a second. This is what I mean, by the way, by saving some stuff. See how I have like 5 of that Vegeta and 3 of that Vegeta? I have a separate rainbowed out SSR or UR version of those 2 characters. So like, why would I not do this? All right, cool. Sick. And then let's go do this. Okay, let's feed these in. I genuinely cannot believe that happened. That's crazy. I'm gonna be sitting on this for a minute. Wow, dude, this is a pretty stupid little like summoning session. Let's do this dude rainbowed out. We'll do this. I'm probably gonna go. I feel like I want a little bit of crit on this guy. All right, that's what we went with. I'm probably gonna try and get crit on him with equips, but there we go with rainbow. I don't feel like doing the equips right here, right now with you guys, but and yes, I did give him a lot of dodge. We're gonna give him crit through items, and we'll boost other things as well. Let's go ahead. Let's awaken this. I cannot believe that just happened. That's absolutely insane. If you didn't heed, I'm sure early in the video I asked you guys to like the video and subscribe, but if you watch this far and you haven't at least liked the video, I mean, come on, bro. That's nuts. No Kui, which does make me sad, but when we inevitably pull him on a later banner, I got the medals ready for him. Anyway, now I'm not sure I can top those Vegeta summons, but we do have to summon for Gohan and Piccolo. I've never done a video like this. And I think I talked about it in the Vegeta summons. Probably should have watched them so I would know for sure if I did or not. But I'm pretty stoked to actually put a video like this out. Now, the only other time I've ever sort of like hidden away Dokkan summons, because for the entirety of making Dokkan content that I've like really tried to cover every release, which started like middle of 2016. My first ever Dokkan video was on Saiyan Day 2016. And then I did mostly summons because I didn't really know what else to do at the time. And then, you know, started developing what I want to do with content and everything like that, and continue to develop it all the time. But anyway, I've just never missed a banner ever. There's always been a singular dedicated video for each banner. And that doesn't change even now with this. It's just a bit more of a unique spin, and the fact that instead of putting these all out as 3 individual videos, it's just one singular massive video with essentially every release from this month. So I think that's cool. I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm very excited to see what they do with these sort of typical Halloween launch of a Dokkan character. And I think it's neat that this is in that video, but I don't know who it is. Now, I would love, probably not going to happen because those Vegeta summons were just almost too freaking good, but I would really, really, really love to be able to walk away with Gohan and Piccolo sitting. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? That was crazy doing what we did there. I don't have a full 1,000 stones here, but I'm gonna guess. I didn't actually do the math on how many of these it takes. You can let me know down below in the comment section. I may also know by the time you're watching this. I don't know how many it takes to actually get there without, you know, giving Baba some of these SSRs that we're pulling. So definitely solid, by the way. Massive ups to that previous multi, because that was several coins right there from a singular multi. Getting multiple SSRs, especially since I went on my whole tangent of, hey, I rainbowed all these units and talked about that. The point of that, again, was just so that I'm able to just slap all, you know, just boop, 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 every SSR that I can that I don't really need. And that's just more coins to get to pity. See right there. No, that's more pity. But that previous multi with 3 of them, with 3 SSRs that I don't need or don't care about keeping, that's perfect if you're not going to actually give me the Gohan and Piccolo. But would love to get a Zeno or a Goku Black Rift or the ever elusive Whis. Dude, that Whis animation still easy. I think I would love one day to sit down. It would require me to go through all those Dokkan videos I'm talking about and look through and see, you know, because those were introduced what, in late 2018. We got Whis on Goku Black Rift in late 2018, so they haven't changed animations in 6 years. Would love to see that happen for like total like not the cool like we just basically replaced what all these other animations do, but a total animation revamp for the 10th anniversary. That would be really cool. That'd probably be the coolest thing they could do in terms of summoning. Like, I suspect we will have new summoning animations because that's just what they've been doing, but I would also love for it to be just 100% different. Nothing like what we're seeing here. A total revamp that, yes, maybe there is some cool exclusive 10th anniversary stuff, but then also like it's just a totally new style of summoning animations that we have from then on out. Again, some very exclusive 10th anniversary stuff. That's huge because mine only have 2 copies. That is just out my 3rd ever copy of Ginyu on my account ever, period. So that was massive. We love those. I don't think so. This isn't, no, it's not. This is not the featured one. This right here should be, right? Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. But anyway, combining all 3 of these characters into one video, I couldn't not do that. And it's so interesting because if this were any of the other releases this year, I would have all these questions about where are these summons? Where are these summons? And I got a few. I've had a few. This is good. This is good. This is good. I've had a few for Vegeta because everybody knows you know how much I like Vegeta. But what's so interesting is, unless I've missed it, I haven't had a single comment asking me where Gohan and Piccolo are. So that confirms my suspicion of where people's interest was with this unit. And it's that there's really no interest in this unit. It is a very interesting thing though for them to do because, well, I get that it makes sense, and they're obviously in this sort of like random Namek Saga celebration. They're not trying to drop their trump cards, okay? They're not trying to drop like the really hype stuff when we have the 10th anniversary looming, and they'll obviously do some pretty hype stuff for New Year's, and they'll do some pretty hype stuff for like the middle of December launch, you know? So they're not trying to do too much. And then everyone, like, they're already advertising 10th anniversary, which is really cool, by the way. They've never really quite done advertising in it as in advance as they are right now for the 10th anniversary. So I actually love seeing that. There was an ad, you know, during the first episode of Daima. They've now already like tweeted out like promo for it. It's really cool seeing them try to hype up an anniversary. It's just not really something that we've really ever seen before, because these gacha games are so keen on trying to make you just focus on what's here right now in the game, and not letting you think too much about the fact that there's gonna be another unit in 2 weeks. There's always another unit in 2 weeks. Always. We are always gonna have a new, like, no, not, I shouldn't say always. It's 2 to 3 weeks, okay? It's 2 to 3 weeks, but typically, like, we know there's another unit on the horizon. You can't hardly sit there and sit back and enjoy. Okay, again, dude, I love it, because that's a rainbow that I'm missing on the account that I actually do really need. That is perfect. That is actually perfect. I would love some Gohans though. Would really like some AGL Ultimate Gohans, because he is another one that he might actually just be 55%. He's either 55 or 69. I literally only ever pulled 1 or 2 copies of him. All right, here we go. We're on the featured. Would love a Zeno for a nice little easy early confirmation of pulling them. But anyway, so we know that they are not long come on me, huh? Sorry, I had to say it. We know that they're not going to drop anything crazy. There's just too much on the horizon for them to want to drop something crazy here. But the fact that in less than a year we got 2 Gohan and Piccolo units is just weird. I don't know. It is like they're essentially. And for me as a YouTuber, you know, when I look at these things, and I know there's a lot of you guys that watch. Let's go! I hadn't actually seen his SSR art yet. I actually like that a lot. Wait a minute, I like that. That's actually dope. That's very like unique background. Got him, dude. We got him. In case you skip for whatever reason to this specific moment, hit that like button for me. Thank you, I appreciate it. So I didn't pre-farm the medals for him. I know I had them for Vegeta. I didn't actually have them for him. What does it take? So I have some of them unironically. Okay, that's a very simple little set. All right, would love to get one more, because then we get the pity one and then we get one more, and that's a 79% LR, just like basically out of the gates fuse. Let's go. Anyway, so me being like on the YouTube side of things, and knowing that there's a lot of you guys that watch that are deep into the community, and I appreciate those of you that are like me, and you memorize the releases and you know that there is going to be another one. But there's also a lot of people that are just like passerbyers. They're just kind of like tourists. They're here and they're there, and they click on the videos when something is interesting. And I appreciate you guys too. And matter of fact, you might be the smart ones, because you know, like maybe being so deep into the community isn't always like the best thing. More knowledgeable, maybe, but like sometimes the deeper you get into a community, the more toxic it gets, you know? Not so much the case. I'm very thankful to have been in this community for this long, and like really toxicity is mostly at a minimum, at least over here on my side of it. All that to say though, is that as someone that's more of a tourist, someone that just sort of like clicks on the videos when they look interesting, to you guys, you're like, wait, I thought we already did a Gohan and Piccolo unit. I think that's kind of what happened a lot with the base Gokus. To the typical average person that isn't super deep into the community, in 2023, when we had all those base Gokus back to back to back, it probably was almost like, wait, I've already seen this video. Like you're not even confused by it. You just dead ass look. So you see that video and you're recommended, and you go, why am I getting resuggested this old ass video? And unless you look and see that it says it was only been up for like today, or only released like a week ago, in your mind you're probably like for example, if you got suggested the base Goku video for Triku, the one that came out with Turles, in that case we just got the base Kai Goku like 3 months before that. So, you know, and maybe not, if you're not even a Nano video viewer, if you're like a Truth ET viewer, you're like, wait, Truth just made a bunch of videos over a base Goku. What is that? Like, you know, like you probably don't even think too much of it. You just go, I've already seen that, and you move on. And so I think that's probably a similar thing here. It makes just almost no sense to retread similar characters this close together. And I know that they're very different. They are very different. One is Saiyan Saga and one is Namek. They are substantially different units, and they are the reverse actually, because you know, they're from Gohan into Piccolo versus from Piccolo into Gohan. But I don't know, it's just, or actually no, they're a duo unit into a solo. Anyways, all that to say, from the outside looking in, it's just another Gohan and Piccolo unit, and like that's so that's like it just doesn't make a ton of sense to me, because when it comes to advertising a video, it's very similar to probably how they are advertising a unit. And you would think that they wouldn't want to retread. Let's go, dude. This is a massive W. Massive W. Legends, please. By the time you guys are watching this, we will know if he's in the game or not. Huge, dude. What? Wow. I needed her to... That multi was nuts. That multi was a coin farm and a half. Because you guys already look. Let's look. Wait, is my... Oh no, because he's easy 80, so he's way over here. The other one of these you are right here. You already know that dude is just chilling rainbowed. Anyway, so it actually really does confuse me from their standpoint of why they are retreading the characters so close together. I feel like there's just other stuff they could have done with Namek without unleashing their hype stuff. That was really all that yap session was about, really. You know, you don't have to be a YouTuber to know that. I do just think I talk to people all the time on the back end about YouTube stuff, and that whenever we maybe see it seems like a character isn't like doing as well for them, like view wise, I'm like, well, let's see how close was the last Super Saiyan Goku, or how close was the last this, because like in terms of, especially if you're not super deep in the community, in terms of actual interest, when you've seen that character like 3 times in the span of 2 years, like the exact same character, the interest is going to be lower, because you're like, I just saw this character, like why do I care, you know, why do I care to see it again this soon? Like and that's with me. Like, I'm kind of glad like we've not had our last, like, let's say 10th anniversary are the fusions, right? And they're Super Gogeta and they're Super Vegito. I know we did just technically have like a, you know, Gogeta Blue and all this other stuff, but the last Super Vegito in this game was 4 years ago, over 4 years ago, right? It was the 2020 worldwide celebration. So by the time we're into the 10th anniversary, that will have genuinely been since last Super Vegito. I know it's been other Vegetos, but since the specifically Super Vegito, the last one was worldwide 2020. So you're approaching 5 years since the last time we saw that character, specifically that character. And that makes it so much more interesting. And also, again, 10th anniversary, they're doing all this hype. You would like to think and hope and pray that whatever it is they do, it's not just a Goku and Vegeta and we swipe up and fuse. I want to see something really unique. I don't want to see standbys. I don't want to see domains, none of that bullshit. I want to see something truly unique that we've just never seen. We didn't even think Dokkan could do. That's what I hope. Now, I also understand this game is very limited on what it can do. Funny enough, about a month ago, there was a tweet that went around and it was talking about multiplayer in Dokkan. And Dokkan Assets quote tweeted it and said, like, I would hate to see multiplayer in Dokkan. And I was just like, bro. It's funny that you're even quote tweeting and saying this, because you and I both know that this spaghetti coded ass game could not ever in a million years support 2 clients actually talking to each other. Because even when we do those things where we're working together, it's just our client talking back to a database. It's never actually 2 clients talking to each other at a time, like Legends or like any other multiplayer game, right? I don't think it's even possible without a full actual overhaul of how this game probably works on the back end, which they will likely never do because they don't want to break it or anything like that. I just don't think there's ever a chance that anything like multiplayer would ever even come to this game, period, because it just can't handle it. So with that in mind, I know that there are still limitations to what they can do with these cards. Like, there's just some stuff that we could probably sit here and theory craft, and we've been theory crafting cards for, you know, 10 years at this point, that they just quite literally can't do because of the limitations of Dokkan. Because again, we're celebrating 10 years. This is a game that was made in 2015. And for whatever reason, in my mind, 2015 still doesn't sound like that long ago, but 2015 was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Essentially 10 years ago. And so this is a really old game. And even then, like, it came out in January of 2015. So this is actually really, this game was built and developed, you know, probably 2013, 2014, and phones and everything that are inside them and what makes them run and all of that has changed so substantially, you know? So like, not, it can't, you, that's like such an understatement, right? Like the phones we were using in 2015, 2014, even 2016, even 2020. Well, tech is really, that tech crazy curve is like chilled out over the last like 5 years, right? You know what I mean? But wait, is there another round? There's another round of these with the featured? Nah, I don't. Hang on. Let's just see how many of these coins I have. Let's go accept them. I have 180. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, yeah, we have like too many. We can just convert these though. I really have no reason to keep these. 93 coins. But then the other thing is, what if I actually could? I talked myself into it. We're doing that one last time. This is it. This should actually be the one last time anyway, right? I wasn't doing the math. But this will, no matter what, this will be the last time we do this, period. Plain and simple. Not doing it again. We're gonna do this round and then buy our guaranteed pity Gohan. But back to phone talk. So we're really kind of, which granted the game has had updates and they're slowly like making certain versions not available to, you know, certain iOS versions, certain Android versions to not support, which allows them to progress the game forward, which is totally fine. I know that leaves like some people sort of behind, which is really unfortunate, but in order for the game to progress and feel like a 2025 game to some extent, they have to do that a little bit. I would love to see the data on the back end of how many new users are acquired, because simple fact that like back in the day, which granted they counted down every download ever, I think was counted, right? That's why there was just so many hundreds and millions of downloads. And I remember people used to use that to clown on Legends. And what Legends is looking at is actual concurrent players, like actual different unique players. Like if me and you downloaded Dokkan like 20 times over the last 10 years, it would count all 20 of those times. So even though there's just two of us, there's me, Tyler, and you, Tom, we count for 40 of those downloads. So that's kind of like, that's a little skewed, right? So Legends does actual concurrent, or not concurrent, but actual unique individual players. I think that's why they specifically call that out, because I know that they saying, even what have they done? Have they done 100 million so far? I think it's done 80 or 90 million compared to like the last time we got a download celebration was like what, 350. I don't think we've ever had a 400. Have we ever had a 400 million download celebration? Hang on. No. So I guess the last summer that we actually let's go. Anyway, so the last time we got actual yes. So the last time we got actual any updates on how many downloads, it was at 375. So yeah, so and that's the thing with Dokkan, it is counting. I'm pretty positive. I don't know this for 100% confirmation, but I do think it is counting every time that we each individually download the game, which is not totally fair. But I would love to know like how many like new users are coming into the game. Like I feel like most of us are old heads. Most like, let me know if you're someone that's just started playing in the last few months, leave a comment. Now, this is really deep into the video to say this, but I would love to hear from you. If you're someone though that's been around like not even as long as me, but even like 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I would also love to know that too, just to sort of get an idea of how long some of you guys have been playing, because I feel like most of us playing this game are old heads. Because comparing this, like I still love this game. I think this is one of the perfect mobile games. It's so perfect. I can leave it here and I can go do something else, and that's perfect for a mobile game in my opinion. I also love like Legends, being able to like dive in and put more of like my attention to it, but I play tons of Fortnite on mobile, and I play tons of like the Hoyo games and all of that, and those are also great mobile games and pushing the tech forward, and I think that's really cool. I also think it is very key to a mobile game to have flexibility, and this is one of those that is still very flexible in the way that you can leave an event for literal days, come back to it, and just resume it. It's perfect. Here we go. Our third Gohan, 79% Gohan and Piccolo, just like that. To wrap the conversation up, I just hope, with all that in mind, yes, this is an old game. Yes, it was built on very old architecture and all of that, but I hope whatever they do with the 10th anniversary, they're able to push the envelope and they're able to make us question, how is this Dokkan battle once again? Lord Slug actually got a DFE, and let me just say, I am fairly positive I've already said it in this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and yap and say it again. It'd be great. What if this was a Zeno? It's not. I am so incredibly thankful for Pity, because this is a character that if I was to get shafted on, I probably would move on and just not keep him. Not that it's like, you know, nothing against Slug. I think it's cool that we have a variety of Dokkan Fest characters. I think that's how it should be. That's how it used to be. And then we started getting a lot of like samey characters, which is like interesting. Or I say that's how it used to be. I feel like that's how it used to be. Anyway, so pretty cool that he got one, but do I necessarily want to spend like thousands of dragon stones, which does translate to thousands of real world dollars, to get Lord Slug in my gacha game? You know, I don't know. You know what I mean? So incredibly thankful that we have Pity. It's just like, it's so cool to me that this game finally has it, truly, and across multiple like banners. You know what I mean? Like that's also just such a cool thing to have in this game. So I really hope we're able to get the side banner unit. I really hope that we're able to get Lord Slug, and I hope that it doesn't take, you know, even to Pity. I would love, like, what if right here it's like Rift? No, okay. What if right here it was like Beers and, I mean, it's guaranteed featured, so that means literally nothing. What if right here it was also long Kamehameha just because it wanted to? It was Super Saiyan 3 and then it went away and then we... Okay. Actually, now I'm sitting here saying that out loud. Have we ever... Do we see... Does Super Saiyan 3 ever fill up the entire screen and then go away and then we also see long Kamehameha? Because usually when it's long Kamehameha, you can still see like a part of the screen. And Super Saiyan 3 like fills the entire screen. I don't know. I'm trying to think right now if that feels like a thing that happens. You know, you think as much as I stared at these summons on this game, I would know that just like immediately. But sometimes you just don't overanalyze stuff that you watch. Oh, we're here, please. Slug. That is Father. Yeah, that's not Slug. That's Trunks. Tech Trunks. And this is our next featured multi. Did we just skip 2 multis? Maybe we did. Like, we didn't actually skip them because obviously I can't skip them, but you know, with the power and the magic of editing, we were able to skip them. So that way you didn't have to watch me pull pretty much nothing that I would actually really want to pull. So here we are. Let's see. Can I get one of the 2 things that, well, actually 3, because I could use Rosé's as well. So Rosé, Slug, Sidebanner unit. Rosé, Slug, Sidebanner unit. Please. Cal. You, Cal. Oh, hey, look, it's another guaranteed featured, man. It's just so crazy we keep ending up here, you know? It's almost like I'm getting absolutely nothing on the other two multis I do that are guaranteed featured. Please do not be Kel, man. Please do not be Kel. For the love of everything, just Slug, Sidebanner unit, Rosé. Slug, Sidebanner unit, Rosé. Please, man. Please. Okay. Come on, dude. Slug. Rosé. All right. We take those. That unit, you know what? That unit got a lot of flack on release. That unit is actually pretty fire. Okay? That unit's pretty fire. We all just agree that unit's pretty good. Long Kamehameha non-featured. Well, it's a featured, but this is the non-featured multi. Please. Slug. I mean, that guy's not been on banners in a long time. Of course, he's here for a Super Easy A. So that's actually kind of a cool pull for like all the old heads, I guess. But hey, bro, I'm an old head. I don't need that. I can't do anything with that. We fusing? We are fusing. Kakarot, I don't want to put this stupid earring on. Well, Vegeta, you have to. We have to save the universe. But Kakarot, I fucking hate you. Just for this one time. What do gotcha summons do to you, man? Damn it, Kel. Oh my gosh, dude. Please, just the Sidebanner unit and Slug, man. The Sidebanner unit and Slug. The godlike multi, godlike run. Is that it? That is a 50. Dude, I'm so close. I might as well go to a pity, bro. Dang. Lock him up, though. Guess what? I have the medals. Yeah, already pre-farmed. I could be playing Dokkan. What's up? Oh wait, double screen crack on it again. This is one of the non-features, man. Non-guaranteed features, what I should say, I guess. Huh? That's what we gotta start saying. Dude, well, double me. I beg your pardon. What? All right, so basically did the math, quick math here. And if I will just do these 3 more multis, then I could have went to pity. So now I unironically am gonna have a Lord Slug. It's guaranteed right now 79%, and like obviously some wild card stuff could happen here too. That's pretty sick. What does suck is not having the Sidebanner unit, and also missing the other Sidebanner unit that I couldn't pull. So yeah, pulling either of those here would be sick. And the one caveat to like pulling everything that I'm missing, because listen, dude, I'm not breaking the bank for Sidebanner units. You know what I mean? Like, I know that when I do my insane generational run of summons for the 10th anniversary, because we all know, like right there, that's a Sidebanner unit I missed initially, and I've pulled him. Actually, I pulled him twice recently. But anyways, when we're doing our generational level summons, oh yeah, this is guaranteed feature, and like, you know, we literally pull Pui, and I can't remember their names because I've only seen Lord Slug movie one time, and that was like 15-20 years ago. When I pull them more than enough times, I'm gonna be like, man, why did I spend like 3,000 real US dollars on the Lord Slug banner to get one copy of a Sidebanner unit? You know what I mean? And so that's why we're not doing that here, but we're getting the ones that matter. All right, we're getting the important ones right here, right now, and then we'll pick up the missing ones later. Is how I see it. All right. Okay. Either way, that's 79% slug. Because pity, it's awesome. Boom. That's 3 Lord Slugs. And just like that, all of a sudden, you've been wondering where they are. They were right here all along. And if you're looking for more content just like this one, it's a video right here. You can click on it and you can find me over there. And if you made it this far and you're still watching, why haven't you liked the video? More importantly, why haven't you subscribed? Be here for all the other content, especially the looming 10th anniversary. Anyways, click right there. I'll be over there. Bye.